Well, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton. I want to thank you all for tuning in today, the day before the big holiday of Christmas. And here to Lions Talk Live. We're going to get started just a little bit early today because I have to get off the air probably right around 7:30 or so. So we'll be able to go for a little over a half hour today. But I got some holiday things starting early today. But I did want to get over here and talk to everybody. Get ready for the game day, the big game, the game where we could win the NFC North for the first time ever and win our first division title since the NFC Central back in the early 90s. So anyways, I'm not going to waste a lot of time with all the normal stuff, but I'll try to power through it as quick as I can. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. If you're liking the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you're looking to buy or sell property in the state of Michigan in the upcoming year or even still this year, feel free to give me a call or shoot me a text, 269-998-2384. All right, getting through that quickly just so we can move on. And, hey, let's get in the comments section early. Detroit Matt, woo! It's clinch day. Let's take care of business. Detroit versus everybody. You're right, man. We've got to have that mentality here, especially in the Motor City, because you know what? It really is more often than not Detroit versus everybody. Detroit versus the refs, the other team, the fans in the stands, if they're for the other team, all that kind of things seem to go into play. A franchise that, let's be fair, since the 50s, it just seems like if there's any kind of bad luck scenario, it will go against us. If there's a tip on a pass, a squirrel running out on the field that causes somebody to trip and fall, whatever it is, that's been the history of the things that seem to haunt the Detroit Lions. The curse of Bobby Lane, the curse of Cocaine Wayne, the curse of Rodney Peete, the curse of Joey Harrington. Man, they've all been around forever, but you know what? This year, last year, things started to change. The curses went away. We started getting some breaks going our way, and I'm with you, Detroit Matt. I think today's the day that maybe we get to raise a banner. All right, Boo, what do you got? Good morning, Duke Crew. Woo! History Day. Merry Christmas, all. Prayers to Devin. Yeah, no updates on Devin. Just so you guys know, David or a Bit Lady. Maybe somebody will hop in today, but I have not heard anything from anybody yet. So I'm assuming no news is good news with Gary Gnews, and some of you may be old enough to get that reference. All right, Michael, what do you got? Good morning, Coach and Duke Crew. Merry Christmas. Same to you, Michael. Hopefully you're having a great one. Let's hope for a great Christmas gift today. The Vikings starting cornerback Murphy is out for the Lions game. Woo! I mean, at this point in the year, we've talked about it. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's banged up. You know, it's unfortunate for the Minnesota Vikings that they've had, Kirk Cousins and a number of other injuries. But that being said, I hope they all come back for the first game of the playoffs or whatever, as long as it's not against the Detroit Lions. I hope you're all healthy, good to go, just not against us. Boo, who's this tight end Fisker? Nobody I'm going to worry about today. So put it that way. Nobody, I think, of huge prevalence. And looks like you're jamming out in guitar. So new picture for you, and hopefully you're jamming out and having a good one, enjoying the holidays. JDC, good morning, all. Go Lions. Same to you. Hopefully you're having a great one, my friend. Ed, Merry Christmas, Coach. Bobby Lane, same old Lions. This is the day we put the curse and the doubters to rest. Go Lions. And that's, I think you've got a great point, Ed. Like I just mentioned minutes ago about the curses and everything else. But watch, if you go back and think about the last, say, 2 months of the national media. Go to the start of the season. The Lions are the darlings of the whole NFL. NFL has done everything they could to promote us, build us up, put us in the first game of the season to help promote a product that became MCDC, the Detroit Lions, the stories of, Amon-Ra St. Brown, this basically kid out of nowhere who's risen the ranks to become one of the better receivers in the NFL. You've got Jared Goff, the guy left on the side, dumped by the LA Rams, all these other things written off, and he's reemerged, resurrected his career. There's a ton of Lions media storm that starts at the beginning of the season. Then about a month, 6 weeks ago, it was all doom and gloom. More and more people saying the Lions are overrated. They're not this, they're not that, etc. And then last week happened where we just really put it on the Denver Broncos in a league where everything is so close. The team that's 3-12 can often push a team that's 12-3 in certain situations. And once again, we have an opportunity, to your point, Ed, here today. We win this game, we win the division, and we start reaffirming the beliefs at the start of the year that this Lions team, this franchise, is no longer the same old Lions, no longer cursed, no longer just in their own way. The only thing that we can say when we win today and get the division is the Lions might be a franchise other teams try to copy and emulate going forward. Aaron, what do you got? Good morning, everything. Am I on the way to bed? Evening AM on my way to bed. Got up at 5 a.m. in Australia to watch the Lions win the division on Christmas Day. Go Lions. Well, you know what? I hope you get some rest before the big game, and I hope it's a great day for you. And Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Hopefully you're having a good one. All right, John, greetings and salutations, everyone. Happy Christmas Eve to all, and let's cheer this team on as we wrap up the division. Yeah, and man, it's been a roller coaster ride. Great starts at times, other times where, we probably all had a little bit of doubt when Lions kind of ran off the tracks a little bit a couple of weeks ago, a month ago or so. But you know what? Here you are. Your first goal on the chart board for the season was to win the division, and you have that opportunity here today. All right, Jerome, good morning, Coach. What do you think the mood of the players and the coaches is? Anxiety, scared, calm? I'm going to say, Jerome, based on the majority of the players and the type of personalities that they have drafted or, signed via free agency, most of these guys are wired in a particular way where I think they're going to be very focused. I'm sure there's going to be some extent of nerves or anxiety, but I think it's not going to be the type that really gets in their own way, fumbles under pressure, misses an assignment or whatever. I think this team will be incredibly focused going into the day, and that's a tough thing for most other teams. Conversely, someone like Mullins, the quarterback for the Vikings, he's aware of his circumstances. He's aware of the pressure of the team's really on his shoulders. So if a few things don't go well for him early in the game, you could really see the Vikings offense implode in a real hurry. So that's something to pay attention to. If Aaron Glenn's got something, special in the book, you probably want to hit this kid early because Nate Mullins, he knows, again, his circumstances. He knows the future of the franchise for at least today and the rest of the season, I should say, is on his arm talent. And if he doesn't deliver early, this game really has the potential to snowball out of his directions and abilities to affect. All right, Aaron, what do you got? Merry Christmas, everyone. Same to you. Hopefully you're having a great one with the family or whoever you want to celebrate with. JDC, Santa says, ho, ho, go Lions. I'm down with that, man. I'm down with that. Trump, $600 per silver ounce. Okay, silver coming. All right, I'll go with that. Robert, good morning, crew. Good morning to you too, Robert. Lions, greetings and salutations. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas, and any other holiday I can't think of off the top of my head. Yeah, it's that time of year. They're all coming together, and I hope you guys all, each and every one of you, your families, everybody enjoys it. Spend time with each other, and we'll cheer on the Lions, of course. All right, Lions fan number one, Goff goes for 370 yards passing, 4 touchdowns today. Book it, Dano. It will be booked, and I will mention that on the post-game show if that does come to fruition. So thank you for the early tell over today's game. All right, mile marker. Good morning, crew. Coach, what would our opening drive look like if we win the coin toss? Do we take the ball? And who will have Goff's blind side today? Today is ours for the taking. I'll start with this. So let's, what will the opening drive look like? I'm thinking you're expecting Flores to come after you. So if it's me, I'm planning a bunch of, quick crossers. Probably early in the game, I want to make sure Goff doesn't spend 2, 3, 4 seconds in drop back situations because he's probably going to get hit in that case. You want to keep Goff early in the game as clean as possible to keep him from feeling pressure by any means necessary early in the game. Allow him to be comfortable, settle in, especially to your point, the first drive or so. You want them to gain confidence out of those first ones. So I know the screen passes, they'll probably try them from time to time. Flores' defense, if you look over the last month or so, they're really not effective against them. They've just got too many guys in the line playing in zone coverage where they can see those things developing as they're happening. So somebody's able to react very quickly to them. So yeah, a lot of shallow crossers, shallow ends, if you want to call them. But then once I've gotten a few first downs, probably the second drive, I'm starting it off early and often with some probably close to max protection and deep shots. I want to pull them out of that coverage. But the big thing to me, if it was me, is whatever I did in the first drive, I'm going to make sure from a formational standpoint, you're seeing that consistently that first drive. So when we go to a max protection situation in the second drive, it looks the same, it feels the same. Maybe even use some of the same terminology on the pseudo deep shots just to keep the defense as off balance as possible before we unleash those throws down the field. Something to pay attention to for you. If we win the coin toss, would I take the ball? I would, because I want to establish dominance. I want to say, hey, you've got no shot here today. We are fully confident in our defense. We're even more confident in our offense to put you in a hole early, and we're not going to give you any ability to get a lead here today. That's what I'm thinking, mile marker. Let me know what you think about that. All right, Southwest, this is new territory for the Lions. Let's see if the team and our coordinators can be on point as they were against Denver. I think we all get that was a massively complete game for this team and franchise. And I'll say this to each and every one of you. You want to take your team to another level, you do stuff like you did there. You took chances. You took risks. And because of that, the other team could not be dominant against you. They could not establish a tone against you. Because of it, you kept them off balance, constantly on their heels, especially on their defense. They never really got into the position, where they could come after you, or they could send an extra rusher or two, because you had them backpedaling really the entire game on offense. You kept a great balance between run, deep shots, and short intermediate passes. We all are aware during the slowdown, I guess you could say, where we lost a couple of games, everything on offense became so predictable. Teams were just overplaying it, not even worried about the deep shots. We weren't worried about having to extend and guard the whole field. So that's what I would say to you today. See those coordinators develop. And on the defensive side, let them keep blitzing. Let them keep moving around who's coming where, and make it hard on the opposing offensive line to understand who has to slide to protect, who has to exchange, who has to do handoffs, things like that to pick up the extra blitzers. All right, Robert, what do you got? I'll take a W no matter how they get it. I'm with you there, man. Don't overthink it. Just get it. Just get the win, baby. Jerome, hey, Coach, at a players meeting, what do they talk about? Is it a point the finger session? No, usually it's not. It's if it's ran properly, this would at least be my opinion. It's everybody, don't have them at a table. Have everybody in a circle. That way everybody feels equal. And yes, that's actually a psychological thing. When you have a table and you have somebody standing and talking at one end, somebody standing and talking at the opposing end, from a mental component to how we're wired as individuals, those two people are the leaders. Those are the two that we have to all look up to. That's your mom and dad, basically. And everybody else, we're subsidiaries to them. In a round or circle situation, again, everybody's equal, and you want everybody to feel like if there is a beef, there is something they've had on their chest they want to get out, you want them to feel like, hey, we can get this out, and there's no repercussions. We're all equal, and we're all able to come together and have a talk, say, what can we do to work together to get this all better? If you're pointing fingers, and that's actually probably going to steamroll, it's going to get heated, and it's ultimately going to probably damage the psyche of a team far more than if you just let everybody feel safe, let everybody feel like they have an equal say, and how can we work together to achieve our goals, not, hey, you stink, you should be doing this or whatever, because then, to your point, it's just a blame fest. All right, David, what you got? Good morning, all. I think our O-line will stand up to the test today. Let's get this done. I like the way you're thinking, yeah, and I think there'll be a lot of pressure on that offensive line, because if they perform well, the things on offense are going to move a whole lot easier. All right, Mr. Nico, good morning, coach and crew. If we lose, it was all a part of the script. If we lose the next two games, win at home and play Stafford in Detroit, but we are the writers of our fate today. Let's go. There's a lot of things setting up here. You could look back and say, man, did the NFL know that that the matchup for the NFC North would come down to Detroit and Minnesota? If they did, kudos to them. They could foretell the future far better than you or I. The other part, Stafford coming to town. I know we've talked about it in recent days on the show, but I think it's almost inevitable. You literally have a 50-50 chance at this point. So we'll see what happens with them, but I'm more worried about us in these next three games. We win out, we're going to be the number 2 seed. I think we all get that. We're also going to be the champions of the NFC North, and we can host up to 2 playoff games, potentially 3 if something happened to San Francisco where they should stumble. So all good things for us to pay attention to, watch our game, and then obviously scoreboard watch for other games. Mike, what I got? No heartbreak today. I'm liking the way you're thinking. We are the champions. Yeah, and we'll be playing that. You'll be hearing everybody put out videos on YouTube or whatever other platform, doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, I agree with you. Troy, Goff and the offense will deliver today. I am feeling good about this game. Hope everyone enjoys the holidays. Hope your holidays are doing great. And yes, like the thumbnail suggests, this will be a key moment for Goff. If Goff comes in, handles the Vikings, just looks comfortable, poised in the pocket, and can deliver some big numbers, keeping them from ever really being able to clamp down on the offense, that'll be a big tell towards his future in Detroit, because I think he'll be passing another eye test, if you want, with what he's able to do. And we'll leave the debate between him, Hooker, contract terms, and all that stuff to the offseason, because I think for today and the rest of this regular season plus the postseason, we should just be focused on the current state of the team, not any kind of future considerations. All right, JDC, Lions defense gives Millens the sacks that are due to him. Good one, JDC. And they might, man, if they go Blitzburg on them. Like I think I said it yesterday, I am expecting these last 3 games to be pretty impactful on Aiden Hutchinson. I think part of that is you're going to see more pressure from other spots, force Mullins and other quarterbacks, Dak Prescott and stuff, to be flushed over to his side, which is going to allow him to get some cleanup sacks and hits on the quarterback, where, throughout most of the year, he's been flushing the quarterback into other people. Other people just haven't been able to get there. But with Irvin, the blitzes, etc., I think we're going to see some nice numbers out of this Lions defense the final 3 games. Jess, what do you got? Welcome to the playoffs, everyone. That's where we will be after winning today. Yes, we will. We get to win today. We'll be champs. We'll be playoff bound. And from there, it's just a question of seeding and who you're going to face. Boo, what do you got? To hit that like button, guys and gals. Let's give Dan our appreciation. Thanks for that, man. And yeah, if you guys are liking the content, take a half second, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Surely would be grateful for it. All right, Trump Lions had one screwed up schedule this season. So many different start times. Last year we were pretty lucky because everything, for the most part, was at 1 o'clock. This year, though, the price of their success, the price of their rise in fame, is that you've got them all over the place with different start times because everybody wants to see this team. I know there's been stories on it throughout the season that, Network A, B, or whatever have been requesting to see this team. Can they get flexed? And you know what? Hey, give the kudos to the team. It's a real tell that across the country, even if you're not a Lions fan, people are wanting to watch this team. And when could we say that in the past? Eesh. All right, what do you got? Southwest, I think the Lions telegraphed their screens. If Gibbs could start in protection and then go downfield, he'll have a better chance of getting the ball on the run and in space. Well, you got some thoughts there. Let's see what happens. But I do think that early in the game, they should probably try to get him and Jameson Williams involved. I mean, they're going to try to get all their weapons involved. But if I'm anticipating the Vikings to come out aggressive, because they're aware, if you rattle Goff like any other quarterback, you throw them off their game a little bit. They start, hearing footsteps. They throw a little bit, sooner than possible, maybe a little bit wider than they should. So I got to imagine that if we all can anticipate that's going to happen, then Ben Johnson's understanding that based on, film study, et cetera. So there's a real high probability I would think you'd want to create matchup situations for both those guys to get out there early and often. Booty got JMO early and often. I like the way you're thinking. All right, hopefully that does come to fruition. Phil, doobie doo. Good morning to you too, Phil, and hopefully you're having a great one. I do one too. Jess, what do you got? Ho ho ho, the Vikings blow. All I got for today. Merry Christmas all. Well, Merry Christmas to you too, man. Southwest, the Lions are hunting for something. Their first NFC North division title. Yeah, first NFC North title ever. Before that, they played in the Central. And yeah, it's, as we all know, I mean, if you're not aware by now, then I'm guessing you probably haven't read many stories or watched many different YouTube videos. But yeah, the first one since the early 90s. Michael, like that, Phil? Yes. Yeah, Phil is often quick with things. So Simone, good morning, all. Good morning to you too. Hopefully you are having a great one and enjoying it. All right. Just say K. Greetings and salutations, Dew Crew. Same to you. Hopefully you're enjoying a Mountain Dew or two today. Phil, funny Phil. Yep, Phil is on it, man. I like that, Jess. Yeah, the ho ho ho. Yeah, Vikings blow. Yeah, that was good. T-Born, thanks for doing the show on holidays, Coach. No worries, man. I enjoy it. Part of my day. Like I said, I can't go very long today just because Jen has informed me that we've got some things we have to go take off to. And I don't want to put anything on the air just because I don't know if anyone in her family's watching. So got to be careful with that. All right, Jerome, what do you got? Good morning, Coach. Do you ever have trick plays and it is the hard on defense against? Yeah. Do you have trick plays? Sure. I think we all know Ben Johnson's got them. He runs them and has run them in his time here in Detroit. I would just say, to me, trick plays tend to work better between the 20s. One of the problems I think you run into with trick plays when you start getting into the red zone is the field is so compressed. Now, taking consideration, it depends on what you're trying to achieve with the trick play. I think Ben Johnson's kind of tripped himself up and the offense a little bit this year because he's mostly run the trick plays when he's gotten into the red zone this year. And just so many teams do play zone coverage in that area because the area, again, is so compressed. It's just hard to hit him with it because there aren't eyes leaving the backfield on a regular basis. And you would have that man-to-man. Some teams, yes, do play man in the red zone. It's just the vast majority of NFL teams do play a zone coverage. And again, you don't ever lose sight of the ball. All right, Nathan, what do you got? Good morning, Duke Crew. Let's get this win. First the division today. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. And I'm with you. Let's just wrap it up today. Southwest, assuming Barnes doesn't play, I hope they activate Trevor Nowitzki big and fast. He could be good in the blitz or perhaps helping in coverage Hockenson. Yeah, we'll know that in whatever it is, about 3 hours or so when they have the designations come on out. So we'll want to pay attention to that. JDC, deception is the name of the game. Yeah, if you can do that, you can force, like we've often talked about in the channel, half second, a full second of hesitation out of one side of the line or the other. You've done your job and you've put yourself in a real good position to succeed on that particular play. Robert, these division wins don't come easy. No, they do not. If you see what's happened in Pittsburgh last night, yeah, and what a bounce back game for them, right? People have been talking about leaving them for dead. This person's fired. The culture has changed in Pittsburgh. All those things. Well, I'm guessing at least for this holiday weekend, the culture's back. Nobody's firing anybody. We're revitalized again. And man, it's one of the best things about this particular league is that you can be horrible one week and you can look like potential Super Bowl champions the next week. And this is how quickly things fade and change in the NFL, and really just how balanced most teams are compared to most other teams. Few things go your way, you go from being an even, between two teams to one team just getting crushed. And yeah, the game of inches. Trump, what do you got? We got this. I like the way you're thinking. Southwest, great game last week by our coordinators, especially AG. Can they do it again today? We're going to find out. That everybody tune on in to watch the game and answer those questions. Hooker time. I'll be getting a Hooker jersey tomorrow. Well, Merry early Christmas present to you too. And I'd say, yeah, that's probably a good present for you, man. I hope you enjoy it. One Pride, a little nervous. All Lions fans, I'm guessing, are. It's just our natures. We've seen so many things go against us over the years and decades. We're all probably going to have some anxiety, especially the longer, if this game remains close, the longer it goes into the game, we're all going to feel that nervousness that you're talking about, man. Lions wearing the blueberries. All right. They might be. So, hey, as long as they win today, that's all I'm going to be worried about. Matthew, who are the refs today? That I don't know. I just, my rule of thumb is I don't pay attention to them in any sport just because they're a non-controllable factor. And I was talking to a younger coach, whatever it was, a week or so ago, asking, thoughts on actually officials. And I just say, the less you pay attention to them, the more they're probably going to favor you, because most of us, heated game, we get on them, as coaches, and you know what? They're as human as anybody else. If you insult them, if you call them out that they missed something or whatever, they're going to, hate saying it, but they're going to be human. And you might not get always the most favorable calls. So what I try to tell coaches is do this. Ignore them at all costs. Maybe say something nice to them when they come by, whatever, timeout, dead ball situation, whatever is going on. As long as it's just kind of in passing and non-offensive, go ahead and do that. Maybe I try to crack jokes with them, believe it or not. But what I do is when the other team is going off on them, that's when I make a few more jokes to help alleviate the stress. Because you know what? They're going to remember that and they're going to be appreciative of that. So now anything that's a 50-50 call, you are probably a lot more favorable getting that result going your way. All right, what do you got? Trump's throw on first down. Hurry up, Goff. Yeah, I'm expecting we're going to be aggressive. That's I've it's my nature, so I want to be more aggressive on offense and defense, all that stuff. But I would say, yeah, early and often, first down. I'm not running it. At least the first several drives, first down, I'm probably doing some play action. Like I said, some shallow crossers, things of that sort. Get the ball out quickly. But yeah, be assertive with it. All right, James, what do you got? Come playoffs, we see the curse of Matthew Stafford. We could see that, yes, 100%. And you know what? There's two ways to look at it. Stafford comes in. Does he get the Lions their first playoff win? Long foretold and predicted that he would lead the Lions to a playoff victory in Ford Field. Well, he comes on in. The Lions beat the Rams. He will have led the Lions to a playoff victory in Ford Field. So the prophecy of Matthew Stafford shall be revealed. Mr. Nico, if we win, can you do a live reaction of the last 5 minutes so we can all celebrate it together? I'll try to do that. I don't mind doing that. I know I've talked to you guys about doing lives before. I don't mind them, but at the same point, at some point, I want to be a fan. I want to sit there and do it. So one of my other jobs, I do, day trading and stuff. And there are times where things get dull and stale in there where the guys ask me to go on and do my 1920s, announcer type voice and take people through it. And oh my gosh, here we go. We're breaking down to the 5, the 10, and stuff like that. I've actually thought about maybe doing a live broadcast like that just because to me it'd be fun and kind of hilarious. So maybe today, Mr. Nico, if I can, if we're not too busy with stuff, I'll hop on, like the last, like you said, 5-10 minutes and just go through it and use 1920s announcer voice to go through it. That might actually be kind of cool. All right, Robert, I totally agree with you, Dan. When it rains, it doors for Detroit, unfortunately. Well, let's hopefully today is a good day for Lions fans everywhere. All right, James, I'll never be comfortable until we actually win a playoff game. You know what? I'm okay with that because I think that's coming sooner versus later. One Funky, good morning, all. Hope you all have a good Christmas. Same to you. Hopefully you have a great one. Mile, it's all good, Coach. I'm liking that. Pours, I knew what you meant, man. Pours the doors, but hey, we'll go with both, man. All right, Southwest, there's a lot of negative history this team is trying to overcome. This team is not those teams, but today and the rest of the way will be a true test for their mental toughness. Yeah. And every time you hit a situation like this and you achieve success, you're that much better for it going forward. James Peyton Manning already broke the curse of Bobby Lane with the tub of whiskey. Let's hope he did, man. Maybe that is what changed it. He appeased the ghosts of Christmas past with the tub of whiskey. All right, Hooker, I love our jersey helmet combos. Sure hope we do not come out with new ones. Eventually they will. I think we all get it. It's for marketing, but not today. They're not going to do it today. Phil, Merry Christmas to all. Same to you, my friend. Hopefully you're having a great one. One Pride, are those Lions giving up the expectations, though? Are those Lions living up to the expectations, though? We'll see. I mean, I think we all came into the season hoping for a winning season. Well, they've done that. We were hoping for a division title. Well, they're on the verge of doing that. So as long as they can get that done this year, there's two markers or expectations fans, media, and probably the team had for them, and they will have achieved them both. Robert, sure hope you're right at Southwest Lions fan. All right. Southwest, play fast, smart, and have fun, just like they did last week. Yeah, they did. Yeah, 100%. If they can repeat that performance going into the playoffs, that'd be great. Thomas, a win today means a lot. Why? Being the champions of the division in their house for the championship, big game away. But we must win a playoff game. Put a stamp on the season. Yeah, to put a stamp on the season. Yeah, I like the way you're thinking. And one thing at a time. I mean, we obviously still got almost a month until the playoffs, but getting this today would be huge. And then keeping momentum going towards the playoffs, that would be nice as well. Anthony just saw Bruce Irvin was not elevated again. What gives? That I don't know offhand. I think it could be something with the amount of times they can elevate him without having to sign him. So that is potentially something in play. All right, Eduardo, I'm here in Minnesota to witness history. Let's get it going. All right, hopefully you have a great time out there, man. I gotta imagine it will be a great game to watch, and I hope you and your family have a very good holiday season. All right, Anthony, we need to get off to a fast start today. Come out aggressive. I agree with you fully on that. I think that is wise intel there. James, if we don't win a playoff game, was it a successful season? You win the division, you have a winning season for the second straight year in a row. I mean, those things would be nice, but I think, yeah, it would leave a bad taste in your mouth if you did not get a playoff win here today, or excuse me, this season. Thomas, these players are a different breed than Lions players of the past. Young, talented, and hungry. I would agree with that. Yeah, just because your franchise has done something in the past has no bearing other than the emotional component on this particular team. And that's where you've got to be as a coach. You got to step up and say, "Hey, the weight of the past has nothing to do with us. You guys can't buy in it because heck, man, you guys aren't even around for this." All right, a couple more, and then I do have to get off the air and get ready for the holidays to begin. Southwest, there's such a thing as wanting it too much, which often results in team being tight. It will be interesting to see if the Lions can bring the same confidence / energy that they had last week. To me, yeah. You want to establish your new norm. You do that with your play calling. You help set a tone for the players to follow. To me, no. Okay, one pride. All right. Justin, what do you got? Game day, baby. Let's go. Feeling like Santa is coming today. Yes, he's coming to town with the Lions victory today. Let's all book that. Ed, Goff said he doesn't carry the weight of the last 30 years. Yeah, and they shouldn't. That was a spit in the face to us longtime fans. Yeah, but from a player standpoint, there's nothing they can do to change the past. They've got to focus on the now. And they're all aware of the history. They don't get fooled by them saying those things. They're aware of it. It's unavoidable to be around it. But they've got to focus on this game here today and not worry about anything else. Just get this win, and you're doing another thing towards changing the perception and the history of the Detroit Lions. All right, one funky. That would be cool if they broke the curse and Stafford was the first stop in the postseason. He went to the same high school and was drafted by us the year the curse was supposed to end. Yeah, 100%. And wouldn't it be just like I said earlier? Wouldn't it be just funny if hey, he was brought in to break the curse or get the Lions their playoff win, and it resulted he got the Lions' first playoff win by being the quarterback of the other team. You couldn't make that up. One pride, bro. How Goff got here in 2000? Yeah, how Goff got here in 2021? Yeah, he got traded. Yeah, for Stafford. Exactly. Taylor, we're making it to the playoffs. Might even get a ring. Let's see what happens, man. All right, guys. Oh, a couple more here, and then I got to get off the air here. I don't have any issues with Goff saying they don't carry the weight of the last 30 years. They know what's riding on this game, and they know what it would mean to the fans if they can deliver 100%. Lions 80 points plus. All right, Tone, I like that. There's going to be one high-scoring game if we get over 80 points. Eduardo, can't wait to see what Ben has scripted for the first 15. Yeah, and we'll know that here in a few more hours. Donkey Kong, Super Bowl or bust. I like the way you're thinking, my friend, and just win, baby. All right, guys. I hope you all have a great one. I will have a post-game show today, and I know you requested it. I'll try to hop on maybe like the last 5-10 minutes of the game, try to take us into the post-game show reactionary, call the plays as I'm seeing. One thing to keep in mind when we do that, though, I can't promise that my stream won't be faster than yours or slower than yours. It's just when I've done these before, I know it's gone both ways with some people. Some people were behind me. Some people were in front of me. That's just one thing we'll have to all just try to endure if that is the case. But anyways, hope you all have a great day. I'll see you back in a couple hours after the game with the post-game show. Enjoy your days. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so, making that push to get to 4,900 and then 5,000. Take care, and we'll see you all later today on the next Lions Talk Live. See you guys.